Hello, everyone. How is everybody this evening? It's Friday, although all day yesterday I felt like it was Friday. So today I don't even know what day it is. Saturday, maybe. I don't even know. But then I just kept thinking, if yesterday was Friday, when did you have class, Laura? So that maybe having class this evening will help me um, get back on track, maybe. But I'm so excited to be doing the Hues of Happiness card class tonight with all of you guys. Hi, Carol. Welcome. I'm so excited to be on with you guys. I will wait like another minute or so and then I'll get started just to let you guys all get on, get settled. So you have a minute to go grab a drink, run to the restroom. I don't know, whatever you can do really fast. I feel like back, when we were kids, then like during the commercial break, like you ran and you did stuff fast. It was like, this time I'm going to go get a drink. Next time I'll get a snack. Next time I'll go to the bathroom, or whatever it might be. But yeah, it was always really quick. If you have your card packet, then get that out and let's get ready to start stamping. I do actually still have card packets left this month. I know in the past months I have sold out very quickly, but I did more this month, mostly because I thought, if anything, I can cut more because I love this suite so much that I wanted to have extra cards. So I do still have, I want to say like 4 or 5 kits left. So if you would like to purchase one of those, then there is a link in the description for you to sign up for that. And if you can't find that, then just write in the comments, send me the packet or something like that. And I can get you all the information for that. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. Of course, you can always instantly download the PDF tutorial off of my Etsy shop, Laura's Stamp Pad. So you can just go to Etsy/Laura shop Laura's Stamp Pad and check that out there. You can instantly download it. Has all the measurements, step-by-step instructions, color photos, and everything else. But that is all of the little housekeeping things, I guess. So we will go ahead and get started. Definitely, anytime you're jumping in, then give me a shout out. Let me know who's here with me. Let me know what your weather is, what you had for supper, or whatever that might be. And we'll get started. So I am Laura Burkett with Laura's Stamp Pad. So I'm here in my stamp pad. And tonight we are doing the Hues of Happiness suite, which I am loving because it's all flowers and I love flowers. I love bright colors. And I will be going through all 5 of the cards. So if you got one of the card packets, then it kind of looks like this. And then I just have the stamp set and the coordinating dies. So it's a great stamp set for a beginner stamper because it has greetings and images, which I super love. But you don't have to be just a beginning stamper to fall in love with this. It's got flowers and a fabulous scrolly font. So yeah, I really like this one because it's kind of like one of those all-in-one stamp sets where you don't need a greeting set and an image set because this is both of them. And then the coordinating dies, which we will use throughout the class. The dies actually die cut out the flowers and greenery here, as well as the same flowers and greenery in the designer series paper, which you will see as we go along. So, who's ready to stamp? Oh, also, I just had to show you guys, whenever you purchase the card kit, then I always send like a little thank you note, just like a little 3x3 card using coordinating products from the entire suite. So I just used like the leftover scraps, and I just wanted to show a few of those and how cute the little leftover scraps can make a quick and simple 3x3 card. So like, well, oh, here was the other one. I had this random little square. So I cut it diagonally and How cute is that? Little 3x3 square. You're wonderful in every way. How cute to just say like smile and then sign your name and um drop it off to the neighbor, a coworker on their desk, send in your child's lunch. Or just anything like that would be super, super cute. And it just uses the leftover designer series paper, little scrap pieces, and a little 3x6 basic white cardstock, making a 3x3 card. Super cute. Okay. Anyway, we are actually going to start with this one here. So if you have your card packet, then it's the super tall one, which should be kind of obvious because the rest of them are fairly short. So this is the first card that we're going to do. This one actually is a designer series paper card base. So the designer series paper is the actual like opening mechanism card base. And the awesome thing about that is you get to see both the front and the back of the designer series paper. And I love that because then you don't have to decide which side am I going to use or anything like that. So that is super awesome. The other tip that I wanted to let you know about that is, yes, I did. You can get 3 of these cards out of a 12x12 piece of designer series paper. So I was able to get 3 of these cards out of one piece because it is, that doesn't line up there, but it does line up here. So this piece is 4x12. So 4, 8, 12. So there's your 3 cards. And then I just cut 1.5 inches off the end. And that is what we're going to use to contrast down here at the bottom. So how cool is that? Love it. Let me pull out all my pieces here. And we're first going to get started with our Night of Navy. And we're going to layer on the Melon Mambo. And this is just an 1/8. So it's kind of tight. I always get like kind of worried about whenever it's just an 1/8 of an inch because I'm used to quarters. I mostly work in quarters. Every once in a while I'll do an 1/8 because I feel like it just needs it. And then I'm like, I go like over to the quarter section and then I'm like, whoa, back it up, move it over. And then this piece we're just going to fold in half. Now, the one thing I do want to say is I totally thought I messed up big time because my flowers were upside down, but I realized that that was just the back side. So if your flowers are upside down, just like turn it around because like these flowers are going to be upside down, but these will still be right side up. I also think no one would notice whatsoever if your flowers were upside down. Like, I really just don't think anybody would notice because this card is just super fabulous. Anyway, hi, Lori. Welcome. If you're just joining in, give me a shout out. Say hello. I would love to say hello back. And this one is also just an 1/8 of an inch. And that just layers right onto your Melon Mambo. And then this piece is just the back side. And I'm just going to put that down here on the bottom just to give a little bit of contrast. Hi, Peggy. Welcome. So excited to have all of you joining in tonight. I wanted to say ladies, but I don't know. There could be some men on there who just haven't said anything yet. So I won't exclude them. So that goes on the bottom there. And then now it's time to tie our ribbon. Now, if you're not a big ribbon fan, there's a couple things that you can do. So what I did is I tied it around. Don't seal your card closed. I tied it from the inside of the card. I tied it around into a double knot, and then I made a bow. If you're not a huge fan of bows and they freak you out or stress you out, I don't want you stressing over this card. If you want, you can always lay it across here and tuck it under that scrap yellow piece. Tuck the ends underneath that and then add your yellow piece. So I'm sorry, I should have probably said this before I did the yellow piece on, because if you're all following along really closely, then it's a little too late for that. But do that and then trim off the end here. Make a bow with this and then just pop it on. So I hope that made sense. You could, so it's kind of like a faux bow, faux tie. But what you would do is just do that and cut it off. Adhere the ends to the back side of this yellow piece, and then just tie a bow with the rest of it and stick it on with mini glue dots. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the inside of my card and do it right over that crease of the 2 designer series papers. Sort of just gives like a seamless look. Like, see how that is like, it's very distinct. But then you'll notice once I have this on, it's just so seamless looking. So I'm going to pull tight and I'm going to do a full double knot. This ribbon is so thin and everything that I'm not concerned about like a bulky, chunky knot or anything. So I'm going to do a nice double knot so that it's nice and tight around my card and I don't have to worry about it slipping off or anything like that. And then I'm actually going to squeeze this and rotate it over towards the side a little bit. And then now I'm going to tie my bow. I find that whenever I turn my card upside down, that my bow tends to lay correctly. Do the little bunny ears and pull through. So it's a little big, so I'm just going to hold my ribbon here as I pull the ends to get it to the size that I want. And then pull tight and trim off my tails. I always call them ribbon tails. What do you guys call them? Ends? Ribbon ends? Ribbon tails? I guess maybe because we have bunny ears, then we have ribbon tails, right? Bunnies have tails too. Okay, now it's time to stamp a little. So I am using a couple different stamps. And I'm using Melon Mambo ink as well as Night of Navy. And this is one where for the greeting, you could really do, any punch or die cut image that you want to add your greeting. So I just did the double oval punch. I like the nice layering with it. You guys all call it tails too? Well, that's awesome. Then I know that I am not alone with that. The piece of basic white that I gave you guys, I gave a little bit bigger so that if you did want to use a bigger style punch, then you could. So now I have a scallop white that I don't need. And then I have my smooth scallop. And I'm just going to stamp friend on that. Why do I feel like my F is not? There we go. And I need my grid paper. And then now I'm going to punch out the scallop pink with Melon Mambo. And then there's extra that you can use for another project. Layer those two together. And then I added those to the card front with dimensionals, of course. And I'm actually going to use some of this trim and just go straight across. And then that's just going to go right over my ribbon, which is also going to help secure my ribbon on. I know a lot of people always ask me if I use adhesive to hold my ribbon in place, and I typically don't. One, I feel pretty secure with my knot. Otherwise, I'll either redo it or find a way to secure it better. Otherwise, I usually have like a greeting or a flower or something that goes over the ribbon, and that's going to help secure it in place as well. I do have to say that I feel like um my little loops of my ribbon are a little big still. So I'm just pulling. And I find that if you hold the loop and pull, then it doesn't like open up that knot all over again. You know how sometimes like it seems like you pull this one to make it smaller, and then when you pull the knot tight, then they're big again. And then you pull it, and then you pull tight, and they're big again. So what I do is I lightly pull, um, but hold the ribbon. So I'm holding like, I feel like that doesn't make sense whatsoever. Let me see. Here's a piece of cardstock. So here's the loop, and one end is pulling through, and the other end is holding, like, because it's going to the other side. So the end that is going to the other side, I lightly pull the other one so that it stays nice and tight in the middle, and slowly pull the one that actually moves, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll try to do a really slow, different tutorial just on ribbon tying and pulling tight. Okay, so there is our front. For the inside, I just stamped a little flower and then another greeting. So we have the greeting, sending many thanks for all you do. And I'm just going to stamp that up high. And then my flower down low. I need to get in some grid paper here. I'll be honest, I really just don't use grid paper for my own stamping. I use it for all my classes all the time. But for my own stamping, I don't, and I don't know why. So there is our flower for the inside of our card. And so now I'll adhere that on the inside. That's a lot of adhesive, Laura. I'm not ready to put you down yet. Still needs to go over a little down here. There we go. And that is, oh, wait. We still have to do our envelope too. So there is card number 1. The inside, the envelope, and the fabulous card. I moved my camera a little bit because I felt like it was like off from what I was doing. So I feel like I'm always having to get used to where my boundaries are and everything. But that is card number 1. And I'm going to set that one there. And this one is card number 2. So this one is going to be the one in the new in color Tahitian Tide. This is kind of like the one-off card that is like different than the rest. I did all the rest of them with a little like the same color scheme. But this one I decided to do and bring in a little Tahitian Tide to make it a little bit different. Hi, Elena. Welcome from Texas. Snowy and cold Wyoming. Oh my gosh, Holly. That is insane. I can't believe it's snowing and cold. Like, we're worried more about tornadoes down here. Tonight, I think we're good. Last night, we had 2 storms roll through. One of them put us in the basement. The other one was just a lot of rain. There was a little bit of hail, though. That was whenever we went to go pick Claire up from school. So crazy, crazy. You love the new color Tahitian Tide? So this is our Tahitian Tide card base. It is one of the new in colors. If you are loving the in colors like I am, I will say, of course, the 2 like shades of purpley blue, Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky. Those are my 2 favorites. If you are loving all the in colors, then the greatest deal ever is to get the Stampin' Up Starter Kit, because this month only, Stampin' Up has an in color starter kit where you join Stampin' Up for $99. You get $125 in any product you want. So you can enjoy those new catalog items that are on your wish list. And then you actually get free with all of that the 5 new in color ink pads, the cardstock multi pack, designer series paper pack, and in color grid paper. Maybe I need some of the in color grid paper, right? I should be using it. But yeah, all of that is free. It's worth over $70 worth of product that you get in the $99 kit. How amazing is that? Like, who does not love a good deal? I do. And I just have to share it with you guys because let's be honest, why not share a good deal? So I love it. I'm sharing it with you guys because it is fabulous. Okay, so with this card, I wanted to share with you guys a masking technique. So there's actually a new product. I ordered it way too late. I don't know what I was thinking. Because I forgot it on the one order, and mom brain, right? I can still say that. I don't know that I can say pregnancy brain anymore, but I can still say mom brain. But we have a new product called masking paper, and I can't wait till it arrives. I think it arrives like tomorrow or Monday or something. So close. But I will definitely be sharing that on a live with all of you guys on how to use that. I actually just use a piece of scrap printer paper. If you have the kit, you could always use the little thank you note that I put on there and use that as your little scrap. So what I did is you're going to take a piece of scrap paper and stamp the large flower and then fussy cut that out. And when I say fussy cut it out like on the line. Like, we don't want a nice white border. We actually want you to cut it on the inked line. And it makes me more nervous to cut it on the inked line than it does to do like a nice white border. Oh my gosh, Peggy, I hope that you are safe. That is so scary. Springtime is crazy with storms. And that was just a few hours ago, like today? Where are you at again, Peggy? Is that coming towards me? We don't need any more tornadoes on the night of online card class. Hi, Colleen. It's okay if you're a little late. You can always watch the first card. We're on card number 2. And I am fussy cutting out our little mask that we are going to use to do a masking technique. I don't know whether I should just keep chit-chatting with you guys. Michigan. Okay, well, you're north, so I think that's probably already past me. And thank goodness. Hopefully it's not coming here. I'm glad to hear that you are safe. And prayers for all those who were affected in the path. And hopefully all is well. I have a friend that lives in South Dakota, and they had some crazy strong winds. What was that like? The end of last week? Last Friday, a week ago? And we're out of power for over 24 hours. I was like, that's a long time to be out of power. Luckily they had a generator for like their fridge and freezer. And I'm like, maybe we need a generator. You know, it's like, you never think about some of that stuff until something happens, and then you do. Happened this afternoon, 2 hours from you. Geez, that is crazy. Okay, so now we have our mask. The one part that I really want you to pay attention to, because for some reason it's the one that I pay attention the most to, is this little nubby right here. It's the flower that like goes down, but there's like a little dipsy doodle. It reminds me of an old die that I used all the time. It was called a top note die. It was back in the old style that was like the foam. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember the old style foam die cuts? Yep. Raise your hand if you remember those. Okay, my first flower is going to be sort of in the center / a little up, okay? I know that sounds so exact, but like in the center, a little up from the center, we're going to stamp our first flower, okay? Next, we're going to lay this, we're going to find that little top note, whoopsie doodle flower, line up our mask, and see how our flower is perfectly covered. So we're going to hold this. This new masking paper has some tackiness to it. So you don't have to like super hold it like your life depends on it. Like I'm holding mine right now because I really don't want to mess up live on camera with all of you guys. But you know what? We all mess up, so it's fine. And it makes the best cards because then we embellish and it looks stunning. So now we're going to stamp the next flower like right here, overlapping this flower, okay? So the next flower is going to go like right here. And see how it's over that mask a little bit? Don't move, don't move. The next one's going to go like up in this corner. And it's going to go over that mask and hanging off the cardstock a little bit. And then the next flower is just going to be in this little nook. So I wouldn't really go too far in because unless you have multiple masks, because you don't want to overlap the other ones. So I'm just going to go in just a little. So I think I like overlapped just a hair right there. But otherwise it met with the others. Now we're going to take off that mask and see how those flowers look amazing. Let me just show you. If I were to stamp a center flower and then one down here and then one up here and then one over here, look how that center is really messy. Hold on just a second, babe. It's really messy. And look how this one is so fabulous because it has those nice little outlines because your flower was masked. So you can actually see the individual flowers on this one, but on this one, it's all messy without that mask. How cool is that? Mommy. Do you want to say hello to all of our friends? Say hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
Say have fun stamping.
Have fun stamping. And I went to the dentist.
And she went to the dentist. That was a couple Fridays ago now, but it is Friday, so okay. Mwah. I love you. Go get ready for bed. Night night.
Can I help you one?
No, go on.
Just one, please.
Can you clean that sink for mommy over here? Flip it over and then pat, pat, pat. Good job. And that one? Okay, you can clean that one too. Oh, Peggy says hi, sweetie. Liz says hi, Claire. And Colleen says hi, Claire. Good night. Okay, tell the girls good night.
Good night, babies.
Good night, babies. Everybody's a baby. Okay, so back to our masked image. My glimmer paper. So I have that little strip of glimmer paper that I'm just going to add in off to the side. I did light at top and dark towards the bottom, but it doesn't matter. You could do it either way. I'm pretty sure Alex is going to go to school saying my name is Baby Alex because, well, that's just what we call him around here. So yeah, she calls everybody baby. Well, she doesn't call us baby, but he's Baby Alex. And that's probably why she said goodnight, babies. Forever young, right? You got caught. Okay, so now we are going to stamp our greeting. This one, the awesome thing is anything fits at the bottom. So you don't have to worry about what greeting might fit, might not fit. I'll be honest, I really don't make a ton of congratulations cards. I just don't know how to use them. I don't know. I know that sounds funny because congratulations, you're engaged. Congratulations, you graduated. Congratulations, you got a promotion. There's all those things, but for some reason, I just don't do that for congratulations. But anyway, I'm doing congratulations tonight, and that's in the Melon Mambo ink. And I know you might be thinking, well, why did you put your glimmer paper on first? The one thing about it is if you don't put the glimmer paper on first, just know to center your greeting off a bit because your glimmer paper is making your centering off a bit. Okay. I got really nervous on that one. And then this can go on either flat or with dimensionals. I actually did dimensionals on my sample, so I'm going to go ahead and do dimensionals on this one because, well, y'all know me. We stayed outside. It's really nice tonight. We stayed outside talking to friends really long. I didn't think I was going to barely make it. I got Alex. We skipped brushing teeth with Alex, which is really just randomly chewing on a toothbrush, it seems. But we skipped that with him, and I just gave him a bath, read him 2 very quick books, cuddled him for like 30 seconds, and then tossed him into bed. And then ran down here. Okay, and then if you got the card packet, you have 6 of these iridescent rhinestones. So you can use 3 on this card, 3 on one of the other ones, whichever sizes you want. And I just kind of placed them around. And I just kind of feel like they round off the shimmer and fabulousness. But we also have our inside piece that I'm just going to add, again, another little flower on the top and on the bottom. Feel free to do some masking again on the inside piece. Oh, see, there's the original. Here is my card. Not that the original is not my card, but you'll also notice that this piece of white has a bigger border for the blue. And that is because the white on the front is smaller because we have that layer of Melon Mambo, and I didn't want to do 2 different sizes of whites just to confuse you all. So I just did 2 of the 3 3/4 by 5 for both pieces of basic white. And then this time I'm actually going to do flowers on the back. So that's on the lip of the envelope. And that is card number 2. So let me know, did you guys like card number 1 or card number 2 the best? Let me know which one you guys liked better. That is card number 2. Okay. Don't get the ink pads in anything. I don't know that I'm going to use this stamp again, so I'm setting that one over there. And that one's going to go up front. Okay. Card number 2. I like 2. Yeah, okay. So now let's do one that, see, and this is why I like to not have grid paper, because then I want to clean up the mess. It's all nice and clean now. Okay, so card number 3 actually doesn't have flowers on it. Are you guys surprised? Card number 3 uses the back side of the designer paper, which is a gorgeous rainbow pattern like this. So this literally uses a 1-inch strip of the 12 by 12 cut into 4 3-inch strips. Does that make sense? So again, we're using every inch of the 12 by 12, which makes me super happy. And oh, you know what I forgot to do? Bring over my embossing folder. So what we're gonna do first, first things first, let's fold our card base. I use thick basic white cardstock. Whenever my card base is white or vanilla, I like to use the thick cardstock rather than just the regular. I just find that it gives it a little more of a sturdy feel. And then the basic black, if you don't want to, you don't have to emboss it, but I embossed it just for a little bit of texture. And I actually use the gingham embossing folder, and I totally forgot that. So let me go grab it. Okay, sorry about that, because I also had to bring over the big one, the big boss, because my embossing folder doesn't go through the mini. Let's make sure I got my sandwich correct. I think this is the right one. See, this is why I don't like my big one as much as I like my little one, because my little one is just so handy and cute. Whoop. Okay. Huh. So this is the gingham embossing folder. I think you guys should be able to see that pretty well, or at least on the plastic. Yeah. Maybe not so much on the black, but it just gives the black a little bit of texture, which is kind of fun. And then now I'm going to add all 4 of my pieces of designer paper. You can do them straight. Like you could certainly do them like this. You can also do them like wishy-washy. Like I kind of did it like this. Actually, that's not even true because that one, these two. But you can do it however you want. Like you can mix and match and like move them around. They don't have to be in any sort of pattern. But like I said, I just did mine just willy-nilly. You know, in fact, if you are just a diehard flower fan like me, you could also do all the fun little flower sides on the back. So this one goes there. This one goes here. I'm going to go a little lower. And actually, these are going to be kind of willy-nilly because my yellow one should have gone next. Some are a little up, some are a little down. There we go. And then now I have the glittered organdy ribbon. I'm just going to add like a little dab of adhesive there in the center and press the ribbon in. I will say this ribbon does kind of have a front and a back. One side, the glittery pieces are more shiny than the back side. So I just like, I mean, it's just floating. It's not like super secure, but just a little dab, just enough to hold it in place while I flip it over. It gives good flow. Yeah. I think the other reason why I like it is having it exact is like not a thing. Like I'm not going to get it lined up perfectly. So I might as well just do it off to not be perfect on purpose.
Mom,
Yes.
I don't feel like hurt.
Go read fun stories, okay? Night night. I love you. And then you can put this on your card with regular adhesive, or you can do dimensionals, whichever you prefer. I also dimensionalized the black actually, as well as the greeting. Now here is another little trick for you. I dimensionalized the black just on the outside. So I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then none in the middle. And then I dimensionalized the happy birthday. So technically, the black is going to swag in the middle a little bit. And then that happy birthday is going to help even it out. So it's not double dimensional over the happy birthday. It's just dimensional on the outside and in the middle with the happy birthday, if that makes sense. Or you can do the black flat, which I'm going to do for this one. And then I'm going to dimensionalize my happy birthday. And then we also have some of those fabulous dots. And then my white, we are going to use the die. So there's these really fun border dies in the coordinating die set to the Happiness Abounds, which is in this suite. And this one does, well, you can see here, it does these fabulous little like holes. I was going to say dots, but they're like rectangles. So, but these fabulous fun little holes. The other one actually makes it look like a ripped out of a notebook paper. So if you're one of those that really doesn't like that rough edge that comes out of a notebook, that one is not for you. Actually, I don't like that rough edge, but I was always the one that like I would rip the paper out and then I'd have to rip out that little leftover piece because my notebook needed to be clean with only paper that was actually in the notebook, not additional pieces. Okay, so I lined up the edge of this with the edge of my cardstock. And there is actually a small little like line that you'll see there. So I lined this up with the edge of the cardstock. That way I knew that it was straight. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't ever know what to do with this size of Post-it note because it's just way too little. So I use them to hold my dies in place. And see how much easier it is with this little mini. It's just so fun. And then now we're going to do that to the other side. It also doesn't shake the whole table. Double bonus. So you do end up with this little like cutoff piece, and these, just a few of them are still in, which, did you guys know my favorite tool, the Take Your Pick tool, also has a little die brush attachment that then you can just sort of brush away all those little pieces. Super fabulous. Clean up that mess tomorrow. Later, yes. Yes, old camera film. You're right, it does. That is so true. What am I doing over there? I don't even know. I'm looking for my Memento black ink, and happy birthday. So I just stamped this in black. I went through a lot of film. Like, so I'm a huge picture person. Like, when we go on vacation, there's easily 500 plus photos a day. Easily. If we did something big, like went to some event while on vacation, even more so. So back whenever there was film, like almost every week, I would take in like 5 rolls of film, and I had to fill out all the stuff. And I always chatted with the ladies there at our local little pharmacy. They used to mail it off. So it was like 3 days out, sometimes like 2 or 3 days back. And then I would go back in. Do I have pictures? Do I have pictures? I have more, but do I have any to pick up? Oh, I loved it. And then you're flipping through them and you're like, do you get duplicates? Should you get duplicates? Have you ever gone in and been like, I want one of 32, 2 prints of 47. I mean, come on. I always did that. And then this is going to be popped on with dimensionals. So many pictures. Thank goodness for digital. I don't have to worry about the bad ones. I don't have to worry about the daylight. And I can look at them instantly. What a world we're in now. No delayed gratification. Instant. Boom. There is my greeting. And then now I have my Take Your Pick tool, which I will say, so this screws onto the end that has the putty. But I'll be honest, I've used the putty thing without the Take Your Pick tool before, so it's all good. And I just kind of added these like up, down, sort of in the middle there. For this one, I didn't actually stamp anything on the inside. I'll be honest, I was a little nervous that if I messed it up at this point, I would be very upset. I also don't really have anything to stamp on the envelope. You could always stamp happy birthday, though. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll stamp happy birthday on the back of the envelope. That way, everybody knows that the person receiving this is having a birthday. Fabulous. And that is card number 3. There's nothing to show on the inside, so where are we at now? Do we like card 1, 2, or 3? If you're just jumping on, welcome. This is the Hues of Happiness card class. Here's card number 1. Here is card number 2. A little low. And here's card number 3. You're totally right, Peggy. I should use a flap or a designer paper on the flap. I would have to get a piece still in the pack, though. But that is a great idea. You're loving card number 3? Awesome. So now we're on to all of the flowers. I think we're going to end with the hardest one. Not hardest, just most time consuming. So if you have your packet, you can get out the Granny Apple Green card, and we're going to save the Slimline card for last. So Granny Apple Green is the next card that we're going to do. And I'm going to fold my card base in half. And then I have 2 pieces of soft seafoam. One is, of course, is for the inside. One is for the card front. And before we add it to the card front, I am actually going to die cut it with this funky lattice. So this one kind of looks really weird, and I'm going to tell you a couple tips after I do it, because I was definitely brushing all the little pieces out. And I'm like, how come these pieces aren't coming out? And then realized they're not really supposed to come out. It's kind of pokey. That's a little die brush. Whenever I do die cuts, okay? I love you. Night night.
What are you doing?
It wheels around. See?
This,
okay.
But how do I do this?
It pops out all the little pieces. Just like that. Okay.
Can I do
We'll
it?
do more tomorrow, okay? And I'll show you how.
Okay.
Night night.
I can get some paper up so we can do it.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. We'll do that tomorrow, okay? I love you. Night night.
To have a little water and cut paper out.
Okay, so this piece is going however you wish. I kind of did mine to the left-hand side, and then it can go either direction. But it's just like a hair to the left and then about centered. And actually, this one's going to have to go through the big boss again. And it's kind of crazy. I normally do the in-person class for this before I do my live. So usually the in-person is on Tuesday or Thursday, and then the live is on a Friday. And so I just kind of leave all the supplies out and I know I'm good. But this class, I'm actually doing the live today, and then the class is this coming Tuesday. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't forget everything for the live so that I'm not scrambling all around. And here I am. I did miss some. Did that? Yeah, that die cut through. I will say that you might want to go through and then back again. I normally use my precision base plate, but I didn't because I left it over there. But that's okay. Hopefully going through once is good. But a lot of times for detailed, intricate dies, I do like to go through twice. So what I was going to say is that some of these die cut all the way through, and some of them only die cut a leaf that's like this and still hangs on. So then it kind of pops forward. And hopefully I can show that to you. I didn't bring over my little foam mat. That makes this a little bit easier. So as I was going through this, I was like, how come these aren't popping through? How come these aren't working? And then I realized that they're not supposed to, so it's okay. I'm so sad. I actually vacuumed down here today, and it looks amazing. And now I have a feeling it's not going to tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, a lot of these that are left are going to stay. There's a few still. That one stays. That one pops out. Let's see. Oh, right there in the middle, there's a couple that need to pop out still. But yeah, a lot of them end up staying. I don't know if you can see worse or better from the back side. The other thing is you're going to cover up a lot of them. So if anything happens where you accidentally rip one, it's okay. But let's see if I can get this to focus correctly. So you can see how it's die cut and there's like a dotted dash line. And then like some of these just like pop forward, but hang on tight because they're not a full die cut. That one's like a little heart. He's cute. Maybe these are supposed to be hearts because there's a couple. But see how like some of them just, they're like a little leafy flap on a trellis or something. So don't panic whenever it looks like all of yours didn't die cut out because they're not supposed to, and that's okay. Have I even showed you guys the sample? Here it is. I'm sorry. So then this one, I stamped the greeting, "You are wonderful in every way." Oh, that's wishing you all the happiness. Maybe I didn't get it out. I think I'm done with the pink and the Night of Navy, so I'm putting those away before something bad happens. Oh, here it is. I use this one a lot. Can you tell? It's stained. Technically, you could do this one in Night of Navy or in Memento Black, whichever you prefer. And then we can add it to our card front now. Claire ended up falling asleep in the car when she went on some errands with Brad. So I have a feeling that's why she keeps coming down, is because she's not really tired yet. Sometimes, like there was one class I did and she never came down and I was actually kind of sad. I was like, wait, she's not coming down. Is she already in bed? So you can see how awesome it looks to have that darker green, the granny apple green, pop through that soft sea foam. Look how fabulous it is. Now, I'm not going to lie. Whenever I did this one, I almost feel like I covered up way too much of it. So you can determine how much or how little you would like to cover up. Again, like I gave you the packet, and we used the designer series paper that has the big flowers in it. And I want to show you that the dies actually die cut out all of these images. You can also fussy cut them out too. So remember that little top note doohickey piece? That is what you want to look for. And that one goes there. I should probably just lay these out, load them up on my clear plate. That way I don't have to move them. And feel free to use the Post-it notes. Again, I can't wait until that masking paper comes out because I think it'll be fabulous for this. This one's going to go over here. Woo! My soda almost went flying. And then, I don't know, is this one going to fit or is it going to squish? I think it's going to squish. So I'm going to start with these two. And again, you can fussy cut them out, which is hand cutting, in case you didn't know what fussy cutting is. Nothing wrong with that. Or you can always die cut them out if you have the coordinating dies. So there's one flower, and that one was actually on the edge. So there's a small little piece actually missing from that one, but that's okay. And then this flower here is with this one. I don't want to get my hand in the way. So there's those two. And I tried to give you guys plenty of flower options as well as greenery options. It looks kind of like I only have one piece of greenery for mine in this piece, but I also have a couple other ones around. And I also wanted to show you how you can use some of the partial pieces. What did I do with my extras? So for example, here's this purple one, and you can see it's on the corner of the designer paper. You can always, like, I'll just quickly fussy cut this one since it's only a portion. And this one I'm actually going to put on the inside as a little decoration on the corner of my inside panel. So this one is just going to go down in the corner. And that's going to go on the inside of my card. And then I have 3 flowers for the front. So one of the things that I want to say is you want to sort of do layers here. Not all of them should necessarily be on dimensionals, and not all of them should be flat. To give it some dimension, you kind of want like some low, some high. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this one in the middle, and I'm going to put it low so that I can cover up this flat piece here. I honestly don't think anyone would even notice that it's flat right there and it's missing part of the flower, but I'm going to notice. So I'm going to put that like right here. And I actually kind of want to see a little bit more of my lattice on this one, because after I did this one, I was like, womp womp. I feel like so much of it is covered up and you can't even see it. So then we're going to, you know what? I almost feel like I don't want 2 of these. So I'm going to die cut out this one too. Do you guys love the coordinating dies, or do you prefer fussy cutting? Okay. So I think this one's going to go up here. And That one's going to go down there. I kind of feel like I need one more piece of greenery. And I set all of my stuff on top of the tote that has all my pieces. I knew, I was like, well, I have the extra sitting right here, so I'm not concerned if I need more. That one is gorgeous. This one actually doesn't have a die cut that coordinates with it, like neither does this one. But this one has some greenery with it. I think I'm going to fussy cut this one out. I'm sorry I'm doing so much fussy cutting. Because I know that's probably not the most fun thing to watch. And I know you're probably thinking, but that one's got a flat edge. But you know what? I think we can make it work still. You like the coordinating dies? It does make it like perfect. I can't say my fussy cutting is the best. So that is actually going to sneak under there. So you can't see it. And I am going to add dimensionals just to the edge, wherever my dimensionals went. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to add a dab of adhesive along that line. And then I'm going to add dimensionals towards the outer edge. So again, it's going to give sort of a layered look. And that way I can hide that flat side by sneaking it under. Yeah, I get lazy too. I totally get you there. That, and I just like, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like crank, and it's done. But otherwise I'm going, and then I just get antsy and everything. So I'm actually going to add one of these leaves over this edge right here where I have a little bit more of that flat edge that I need to hide. And I'm going to use some mini dimensionals because the greenery is mini. And that's just going to cover up that right there. And then this one is going to go on dimensionals down at the bottom. But the greenery is not. So let's see how I want to do my greenery. So my greenery, I think it's going to go flat. And I don't want it to cover up my greeting. So there we have it. It's kind of sticking out on the side. So some of it's dimensional, some of it isn't. This one a lot of it is dimensional except for some of my greenery is laying flat. But then all three of the flowers are dimensionalized. And then I have my jewels in both the purple and the blue. And I might actually like pop these all over since my flowers are a little bit more off to one side more. I don't know where to put the last one. There we go. So it's a different look than the original, but that's okay. They can all look totally different. I do like it how it shows a little bit more of the lattice down here and up there. Whereas this one, it's very hidden back there. And I feel like that lattice is so stunning. I really wanted to showcase that. I really would like to do a card where just the lattice is cut out and you can see all of it. And I just maybe put like one flower over the whole thing because I really think that would be fabulous. And then this one I did a partial flower and some of the greenery. I didn't add any greenery to this one. I really should have. But this one you can see has that flower in the corner, and then this one, the flower up top. So a great way to use those half of flowers. So don't think like, oh man, all my flowers are like on the edges. You can still use those by sneaking in the underside or the cut piece or anything like that. And the envelope, I feel like we should do the designer paper again. Or something. I don't know. Maybe even just a flower. Maybe I'll put this flower. I don't know how well this will go through the mail. So this might have to be a hand-delivered card. But how stunning is that? Oh my goodness. Wow, I love that. And then the name right here, it's so elegant and beautiful. How fabulous. Okay, so now where are we at? Do we like card 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let me bring back in 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is the navy flower, 2 is the glitter here with Tahitian Tide, 3 is Happy Birthday, and 4 is this fabulous card. Still going with 3? You really like that that rainbow effect? Well, I will tell you that this last card is my favorite. I feel like I could stare at this sample all day. It's one of those cards that maybe no one will get because I just find it stunning. And I'm so impressed that it is something that I made. Like, I am so proud of myself for making this because this card is gorgeous. So let's get started. So first we have our Daffodil Delight card base. This is 7.5 by 8.5. And I pre-scored it for all of you guys who got your kits, mostly because I went ahead and folded it in half to make it fit in the mail so much easier. And then I used some gray granite on top. I love how the yellow is very basic. It's not pink and purple. It's not blue and green. It's yellow. So it's perfect. It fits all of the flower types. And then the gray granite is that perfect neutral color too. So then I have the designer series paper. So some of you guys have designer series paper that's more the pinks and yellows. Some of you have more where it is the purples and blues. And then some of you might have a piece like this that is a little bit of all of it. Pinks, blues, purples, yellows. Also, you'll notice that this one I did sideways. And this card tonight, the packet that I left for myself is this one that goes more up and down. So I'm actually going to do this card more up and down. So if you got one like this, then feel free to do it up and down if that is the orientation that your flowers go. If you're not really that concerned about that, no worries. You can still do your card sideways. The back is also super fabulous with those little X's and all the rainbow patterns. I love it. Just love it all. Okay, then you have the coordinated envelope, super cute with that little pattern on the inside. These are actually in the mini catalog, but they are in the annual catalog as well, so they will be around for the next year. Woo woo! Who is a big slimline card fan? This is a slimline card, in case you were wondering. So I have a piece of basic white for all of your stamping and punching. And die cutting for that matter. So for the original, I just used a circle. I used the Layering Circles framelets, just went with a basic circle. I'm going to tell you, I don't even remember the name. Oh no, I don't remember. But I got this new punch from the new annual catalog. I want to say it's called like Decorative Circle or something like that. And so I thought I have to use this tonight. So I'm going to. Because how cute is that? I love it. And then the rest, so that's going to have my greeting. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. And I'm going to kind of stamp that a little off to the side. Now remember, I'm doing my card up and down. So I'm going to do it like off to the right. A little bit. And I think it's just going to go like dead center. And then my flowers are just going to go around it. And then the leftover piece of basic white is for all my flowers. So I actually did one of every type of flower. One of those. One of those. I have to actually clean the big flower. And these are all stamped in Memento Black so that I can color them with Stampin' Blends. And then I'm going to do some greenery pieces. So one of those. We're going to do a few greenery. We'll see. It's always fun to fill in with greenery, right? Somehow I know I can fit another one here. Here we go. I almost think I'm just going to stamp it. There it is. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It's so fun. Okay. And then I just used coordinating colors to what was in the card. So that for the greens, I actually used Mossy Meadow and Granny Apple Green. For the blues and purples, I used Highland Heather and Pool Party. And then for yellow, I used Daffodil Delight. But also, this one has some Melon Mambo in there. So let me grab my Melon Mambo markers as well. So many markers. Okay, so I'm going to do some basic coloring with you guys. You guys don't have to watch me do all of this coloring. And then I did a little movie magic to show you some of the other ones. Here I did some greenery. So I'm going to show you how I did some of the basics with the greenery. I start with the dark marker and then fill in with the light. So what I did is I started with the dark mossy meadow, and I did just the bottoms, like a bottom V of the leaves. Okay. So you can see I did just a little bottom V towards the base of the leaf. And then you can see I did that one too. And then next I took the light and I'm going to color over that bottom V and come up another 1/3 of my leaf. So I'm going over that and sort of like coloring this way to like pull some of that dark up. And again, going over the bottom and pulling up. Over the bottom and pulling up. And you can still see a slight line there. Don't worry. Actually, on camera, it doesn't look that bad, I don't think. Give it some time. Move to the next one. Go over that bottom third and come up another third. Over the bottom third, come up a third. Okay. And now I'm going to set that aside and we're going to work on one of the other ones before we finish that last third. So for the Granny Apple Green, and you know, I feel like I'm so not an artist, so I don't know exactly how these leaves should be done. For the Granny Apple Green though, you could either do the same. You could do that small little bottom V. You could also do like a simple side of the leaf. So you could do the bottom V, or you could do like the left-hand side of all of the leaves. And that's with the dark marker. So you could either do the bottoms like I did with the other style of leaf. Sorry, let me pull this down a little bit. Or you could do like all of the left-hand side, like this one here. And then you're just going to go back in with the light. And again, this one, I feel like the leaves are smaller, so I went all the way up. I didn't do it in like thirds. And just kind of color all over. Make sure to go over that dark and pull up to help alleviate any sort of like distinct line between the light and the dark. So you're sort of pulling some of that ink up. It's kind of like smearing like icing on a cake. You're going into that other color and pulling some up, but eventually losing out and just having the new color. I also like to do a little circular motion sometimes, depending on like the size or style of the image. If it's like long and skinny, if it's a big wide image, whatever that might be. And then now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do that last 1/3 of my marker with the, is this, yeah, light. And I'm going into that last bit just a little bit because I kind of want to add a little bit more dark to that middle area to almost make like a medium. And up. Okay. So there you have your greenery. And if you find that there's like a distinct line, just go back through again after a little bit. I always kind of like to stop and let it like dry and settle before deciding whether I think it needs a little bit of an adjustment, because I find that as it like soaks in and does its thing and kind of settles, then sometimes it can change, when in the beginning I thought it looked like a hot mess. So give it some time. And then go back and you'll be like, wow, that looks amazing. Okay, so then for my flowers, here are the originals there that you can see. I did the center of the largest flower in the dark. Daffodil Delight. And then I actually think I want to do this one in pink because you guys know how much I love pink. And again, I feel like I'm so not an artist. So I let the stamped image do all the work for me. And I guess the rest of the way. So like all of these small little fold pieces are going to be dark melon mambo. And if you go out of the lines, it's fine. If you do a little hair too much, it's fine. Because it's a flower, it's nature. It's okay. And I'm telling you, this is one of those things that, like, I am totally not an artist, you guys. Like, totally not. But I find that, like, when you put it all together and you let it sit for a second, there, I almost knocked my soda again. Then you stand back and you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, I did that. Okay, so there I did all of those little lines. And now I'm going to go back in with the light and just color all over in like a circular pattern, going over those darks and into the light area. I'm trying not to be messy, but I'm also trying to be fast because I feel like you guys don't want to watch me color all night long. But I also can't wait to see what this card looks like with the pink. And because I love the original so much, I've set high standards for myself on this card. Okay, so there is our pink flower. You know what? There's some little spots that like almost look a little bit lighter than others, but I'm going to leave them because that's just adding to that extra color variation where like it almost looks like I need to go over again with the marker there, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, I'm going to leave it. Back off, Laura. Leave it alone. Okay, I need help. What should I color the other flowers? Should I color one yellow? Should I color it blue? Should I color it purple? I don't know. That's the bad thing about this picture. Like with this one, I colored it in each of the colors, and now they're all beautiful, and I don't know which colors to color it in. Oh my gosh. So help me. What color should I color the next flower? Just shout out a color. I'm just coloring the stem of that one. Shout out a color and let me know. Yellow, pink, or blue? Yellow, pink, or blue? Yellow, pink, or blue? Anybody. Yellow. We're going yellow next. Okay. I think we're going to do this one. And I'm just going to kind of do those center little tufts in the dark yellow. And then the rest of it's going to be light yellow. Let me know what the next flower should be. Should it be pink or, should it be blue or purple? Blue or purple? Should the next flower be blue or purple? I think I'm going to add a few more accents to that one. There, I just kind of went like along the petals. Just a little darkness in between each of the petals. Okay, is the last one going to be blue or purple? Blue or purple? Cast your vote, cast your vote. Blue or purple, blue or purple. While we're waiting, I will blue, even though I love purple too. There you go, I'm going blue then. I don't know that that whole piece was going to fit through the mini, so blue. Okay, so we have 2 votes for blue. And don't forget that little top note doohickey is the easiest one for me to find to know how to line up the die. I don't know where the greenery ones are. That's okay. I'm moving magic to the green, some of the greenery. So we're good there. And I colored those this afternoon. Okay, so this last flower is going to be blue. And this one's got some of those folds again. So this is Pool Party. You could also use some Bermuda Bay. I'm doing quite a few of these inner folds to really make the center of this flower darker. But I can also go back in and add a little bit more. I think I'm going to do that whole center. Why not? And then we're going to take our lighter. So really I did the same as that one, only my center flower is different. You know, you could have really done a lot of the flowers all the same color, but of varying shades. Like you could have done one in all the dark marker and one in all the light marker. You don't have to do all the like crazy shading and shadowing if that makes you nervous or anything. I do hope that some of my tips and techniques help you with using Stampin' Blends though. That's why like some of it I still want to do on camera with you guys because well that's the whole part of this class is I want to really do it and show you guys all the like intricacies of it. You know, I want to when I'm doing it, I think of all of those little things that I do that you guys can either be like, "Wait, what did she just do?" or that I can talk through that I might forget to say, "Oh yeah, you guys don't do that? I didn't think to ever tell you." You know, that sort of thing. Where is, oh, the flower with the stem. So that's the one thing that I love about these classes is that it's just like my in-person classes where I share all those little tips and tricks that I might otherwise forget because I thought everybody knew it or I didn't think to share it because it just came natural to me or whatever that might be. Okay, so I'm going to add my greeting piece on flat. And then, like I said, this one's going to go up and down. So I'm going to find the center-ish. And then we're just going to add our flowers all around with dimensionals. I think I'm going to do the flowers all popped up and the greenery is all going to be flat. That way I have my greeting and my greenery is all flat, but my flowers are up. And again, that just kind of provides a little bit of texture and dimension to the card. So this flower is going to go kind of down here and some greenery there. And then this flower, I'm actually going to tuck where the greenery looks like it's underneath, like, or that the stem goes underneath the big pink flower. So then it doesn't really look like it's just like dropping off, because I know that that flower can kind of be a little weird looking because of that. We don't want to make it look like the flower just disappears. We almost want to like connect it to one of the other ones. But I'm also leaving space so that it really pops out. And then we're going to add some of this greenery. Coming out down there. And then the blue up top. Well, thank you, Lori. I do have to say, in case you missed the very beginning of this, I do still have a handful of kits left over. So if you are interested in making these cards, you can always rewatch, or if you remember everything, that works. But you can also still get the card kit and PDF tutorial, and then you can make all of these cards with me. Or I guess you can either rewatch or just remember. Then this greenery is going to go right in the middle, but I need to tuck it in enough so that it's not hanging out. You know what? That's okay. A few little pieces, I think it'll still fit in the envelope just fine. It most certainly will. How gorgeous is that? And then I have some yellow dots wherever I toss those aside too. Oh, yellow dots, where are you? Oh, you know what? I still have my inside piece too. Ah, here they are. There's my yellow dots. And we're going to do this little flower. And a little greenery. Maybe that greenery and this greenery. Why I chose two, so that I can color and color and color some more. I'll be on here all night. You like that new punch? I know I do too. It is absolutely amazing. I will leave a link for that new punch because I cannot remember the name of it. I just got it in the mail this week. And whenever I was pulling the punches for this class, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use that. It's fabulous. So I was super excited that it arrived just in time. You know what? This one, I think this is the light. I'm going to do one of the petals in the light and one in the dark. And there is my variation in color. And I'm going to do this flower in Melon Mambo. You guys are probably all tired of me coloring, so I will try to wrap this up while finishing up the inside of this card. Thank you guys all so much for joining in on the May online card class, Hues of Happiness. Like I said, I do still have some card kits available that I can mail out tomorrow. And you can check out the link in the description box to get signed up for it, or just leave me a comment and I can send you a direct link in case you can't find that in the description box. But you can check that out and sign up to get one of those card kits so that you can recreate all of these cards with me. Like I said, you can always watch this again here on YouTube or on Facebook, whichever you prefer. And stay tuned for the June class. I am waffling back and forth on 2 different options. So stay tuned. I need to make that decision. So I will hopefully do that over the weekend and start working on that next week for all of you guys. I don't remember the date. I want to say it's the 2nd or 3rd Friday of the month of June. Oh my gosh, I don't know which one I like more. I actually think I do like the original. I like that pink flower. But I like the softer colors with the purple. So yeah, let me know, which one do you like better? Do you like the card with the purple flower or the card with the pink flower? I do really like the pink flower, but I just think I like the softer colors of the other one. But here are all of the cards once again. So excited. So many fabulous looks with all of these. I love it. Let me know which one your favorite one is. You like the purple flower one better? And then let me know which one your favorite card is overall. Peggy, is yours still card number 3 with the happy birthday? Or are you loving one of the other ones? So yeah, let me know which one your favorite one is. And if you have a suggestion for a stamp set or bundle that you would like me to do for the next class, then just let me know. Hi, Julia. You like number 4? Hi, Joan. Thank you. I am glad that you are loving them. Hi, Bev. And Tanera. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys. Sorry, I missed some of those comments while I was coloring and everything else. But I appreciate you guys all for watching with me. And I'm glad that you are loving these and soaking up all those tips and tricks on those. So I love sharing what I do, and it is so much fun. So if you love this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, give it a share, let your friends all know. Watching this video is free for all of you guys to watch. You can always stamp right along with me with the PDF tutorial that you can download instantly from my Etsy shop. Again, there's a link in the description box, but I also still have a couple kits left. So that doesn't happen every single month, but this month I do have some kits left. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and watch out for those storms out there, because I know it's crazy this spring. But yeah, love, hugs, and prayers to all of you guys. Have a great weekend. Happy stamping.